Hello and welcome back. If you're enjoying the series so far, go ahead and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. It is a free, easy way to get those notifications when we post our videos, and most of the videos will be about Red Prison, Pyro Prison. We are in match 3, approaching match 3 at least, in the challenge this Saturday. We're 1-1 currently. We probably should be 0-2, but we did get a timeout on our opponent. Not the best way to win, and we were obviously losing at the very end. But we'll take it. It gives us a shot at this challenge, top 16 that we're probably aiming for. Obviously, we've got to win out here from the loser's bracket. Something we can do. We're not doing a good job of it so far, but we'll see what our next opponent is. I can't say I've played anybody online that is like our last opponent in terms of deck type. It's actually very close to something I've brewed off to the side. So maybe we can get something a little more mainstream here and take down a win for us in the challenge. A little more convincing win would be nice. By the way, Floor Flower, you got the bye. Shout outs to you. Every now and then there's a bye that gets tossed out there. All right. We're on the draw. We have a 1-lander. We're going to be a little more conservative here in Mulligan. It doesn't really buy us anything to get rid of something, expose information, and not have a play. So let's go ahead and mulligan. This lacks a play. We're going to mulligan this. And this has some stuff. We're going to keep and see what's on top. I think if it's a land, we may hesitate to rush out. We're going to put this on the bottom. I'm not going to play out the gemstone. I kind of like all three of these options here. The only thing that this will bite us is if we were to hit a ritual there, and we did not. I guess if we knew which one to get rid of, we could have. Breeding Pool for my opponent. All right. Kind of want Blood Moon here. Hopefully it's not Neoform. Pentab Prism. All right. Kind of shuts off our Blood Moon. Let's hide the Cavern of Souls for now. I'm thinking I want a Blood Moon. That being said, Pentab Prism's an annoyance. Our Abrade would have been good. Abrade this, and then Blood Moon right behind it, and take them off green. Making blue, blue, green. Tularia West. Goes and gets. Blood Moon's getting more interesting now. Inventor's Fair. Inventor's Fair plays. And gets rid of this, so white. Oh, another Pentab Prism. Okay, that's smart. 1, 2, 3, 4. They have 1 here. I think I'm going to go ahead and just take the Blood Moon while we have the chance here. Kind of take them off a little bit of this. They do have this Pentab Prism that's going to give them whatever mana they need. They have 4 here total. Blue, red. Not totally sure what my opponent's doing here. Another Pentab Prison. Okay. Sanctum. We have a lot of mana over there. All right. Well, we're gonna try Chandra here into Warboss. Two cards left for my opponent. Let's get the attacks on. Bunch of Pentab Prisms and blue-green with Inventor's Fair. It's could be a couple different interesting decks. Maybe it's Grixis. Sorry, not Grixis. Sultai. Ensnaring Bridge. And a Damping Sphere. Okay, we're kind of looking like a prison-y list over there. You can go up here with Chandra. No attacks, but Chandra is almost there. They need like a Whir to get a Pithing Needle, probably. They'd have to expend a lot here too. There's Karn. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They could get the Lattice down. They make this a 2/2. Let's go up here, see if we hit anything interesting. We're going to hold Simian Spirit Guide because that is our out. If they lattice here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They definitely can. Land and go get lattice. Okay. We have an out to this, so we'll attempt to get there. Okay. A lattice. A little pass turn here. We have a few outs to this. So we have an out of just killing Ensnaring Bridge. They're going to start picking off our lands, or at least they should. They're going for another artifact here. I guess a welding jar would be really good for them. Maybe they'll have a welding jar, and then killing Karn will be exceptionally difficult. But not impossible. We can double down. We can double down on our Simian Spirit Guide Abrades. They do get welding jar. Okay, okay. This is fine. We still have an out. It's a tough one, but we still have the out. And then everything should be able to tap for anything. So our Blood Moon is off right now. Ancient Stirrings. If they get another welding jar, we're out of luck here. There's a Chalice of the Void. So they're going to put this on 2. Okay. All right. I think at this point I just want to see what their win condition is. And on the off chance that for whatever reason they somehow accidentally draw an extra card and we get to kill Karn, it's always an option. Getting rid of our lands. This is fine. This happens. I do want to see their win condition. Right now they are not winning. We make lots of goblins to block, and we can block for pretty much ever. So you got to show me something, opponent. We're worrying for something. Okay, worrying for 5. We should be reasonably good against this opponent. Game 2 and 3 here. Bottled Cloister. All right. So now they'll never have the cards in hand, but they're going to draw 2 at a turn. Oh, I guess I should be playing my lands when I draw them. All right, 2 a turn. Still got to beat me. Choosing another artifact from outside the game here. If they show me Door to Nothingness, I'll be really happy. But I really doubt that's going to be played. Possessed Portal. If a player would draw a card, that player skips their draw. At the beginning of each end step, each player sacrifices a permanent unless they discard a card. Okay. Let's see how this works out. So we can discard, sacrifice a permanent unless they discard a card. So we'll discard a card. The thing is that we constantly make tokens, so I never have to completely get rid of everything I'm doing here. So I don't draw, but I make a dude. Oh, it's going to be every turn. So they're going to start sacrificing things too. Okay. Here's that bauble we talked about. They do have the Bottled Cloister. They remove item here. Of each end step. This is something else. I like this. Alright, we'll get rid of Krenko here. We can't cast it anyway. I'm just gonna F6. I don't draw. We make a token. Obviously, I think I want to end here with Blood Moon as the last thing that I untap, because I don't want Inventor Fair to do something crazy here. So this is how they win, I think. So they do all this, and then they just start attacking with an 8/8 or a 6/6, whichever one they want to. Obviously, they could probably do that now. All right, they're choosing another artifact. We're getting a good taste of what our opponent's doing here. Crucible of Worlds. All right, so they get to play and maintain cards to sacrifice, which is totally cool. Totally cool. We'll sacrifice another goblin here. If I had 2 goblins being created every turn, we could do something. Alright, we are going to burn a little bit of clock here, because I want to see if they plan to attack or if this is kind of their route here. I'm also starting to consider that we've seen now Chalice on 2 twice. We probably need to be bringing in something else, like a Shattering Spree. Alright, making the Warbosses. Luckily, the Warboss has really slowed down my opponent from finishing this game off. That being said, it's kind of interesting here. They're also not drawing, by the way. So this Crucible of Worlds allows them to just eventually get rid of all of our cards here. But they don't draw either, so no one's drawing. Nothing's happening here. 5, 6, 7. Here, let's get rid of a land now. I like this. I like what my opponent's cobbled together here. The Welding Jar is really smart. We'll definitely have the Chalice on 0 if we can. Chalice on 0 prevents the Welding Jar, which is a problem for us because of our Abrade. Chalice itself is a problem. Otherwise, we should be quicker. Our opponent played a lot of Pentab Prisms to get around our Blood Moon. I still think Blood Moon is fine. We just need to be wary of so many of these coming out. I guess at this point I could go ahead and get rid of this Blood Moon as well. We'll entertain that here in a second. Let's go ahead and get rid of Chandra here. Chandra's not doing a whole lot. Even their Academy Runes isn't going to be doing a lot. Their Inventor's Fair, obviously. Maybe that was a reason too. Blood Moon triggers. I guess I could do that now. Keep as many of the goblins around. The Bottled Cloister is really nice with the Crucible and all of this going on. They just got rid of their possession thing by accident, I think. I don't think they intended to do that. It's down here now. Possess Portal. I think that was an accident. Maybe they wanted to draw some cards, I don't know. I think that could have been an accident. Whirs for 0. Gets another Welding Jar. Gets an Engineered Explosive. Okay. They can clear off some tokens here. We still generate tokens though. So my opponent may be misclicking there. I guess I'm supposed to play this mountain, right? I guess Karn needs it as well. Let's just hold the mountain for a turn. I don't know. So EE kills the goblins. That's fine. Then we regenerate goblins. That's fine. All right, let's just play this. Pass turn. My opponent is accumulating cards again. But now I don't know how they beat us. They've got to attack us, obviously. And Lattice could do that. I guess the genuine question, though, is if they want to be doing that because I'm generating a token every turn. My token can always block. So they got to find another win condition here. Maybe they have a way to get rid of Blood Moon. If they have a way to get rid of Blood Moon, then they can get their Possessed Portal back and go back to winning that way. But as of right now, I think we could win them by decking them. Again, I have to see what their win condition is. I thought it was Possessed Portal, and it probably was a misclick. Alright, they blow up everything. They make Lattice a 6/6. They attack with Lattice. That's fine. I'm not going to do anything here. That's fine. I'll take 6. Then I'll make a token. Mox Opal. So now they have some other colors here. Let's go ahead and put this on 0. It will die to a Karn. I guess that's one thing, is that the Chalice isn't completely safe by putting it on 0. They just eventually get a Karn. We get our Goblin back, so now we can block Lattice. This Legion Warboss is very key. It's a lot more key than Krenko right now. What do we got here? Teleria West. Go get like engineered explosives again and do this again. We might be able to find out how many engineered explosives they have. Bobble. Plays Bobble, counter Bobble. Should have activated and then played Bobble. So they burn a Teleria West here. They go choose a card outside the game again. Let's get another idea of what my opponent's got in the sideboard here. Now taking this game to a longer amount of time, and I think one misclick here, we might win game 1. Spellskite. Alright, my opponent has no way to win. They accidentally conceded by getting rid of the Possessed Portal. If they didn't click the Possessed Portal, I think they were good. This is a pretty sweet card. Okay. Krenko's gonna come in, Hazoret, Storm Breath, and Chroma. I am gonna get rid of my bridges. That seems fine. We'll get rid of Slagstorm. Alright, maybe a Chroma's a little... Well, a Chroma's... Alright, we're going to get rid of a Storm Breath. The only reason to get rid of Storm Breath over a Chroma is a Chroma can be a 2/2. And we're just going to respect that I'm going to be playing things on 3 most of the time. My opponent gives me a little bit of a first time on the list, super light on win cons. And they just said it feels kind of awkward. I think their win con was the Possessed Portal. Maybe they put that together once they started attacking with Lattice. I appreciate my opponent giving it a whirl here in the challenge here with the new deck list. Chalice on 0 is not as good on the draw here. I'm gonna go ahead and mulligan this. We don't have a second land. This hand looks a little bit better. We'll keep this. The land on the top's important. I'll get one more scry below that as well, and maybe I can find a way to ritual out one of these. Mox Opal. And luckily for us, we should be able to get around any counters they may have. I'm going to keep the Legion Warboss on top as well. That's a good card. And we'll look to just we'll look to just create the army. Create the masses. If they're light on blue here soon, maybe we do play Blood Moon first. Play our Mountain past turn. We'll see what their next play here is. I'm expecting something here on turn 3. Mox Opal's not online currently. They have a Crucible. They can get back the blue mana, but maybe I'm supposed to shut them off blue here, making Whir a lot harder. Let's name Goblin here. So let's make Whir harder to play here. I can then Karn and get rid of their Mox Opal, which isn't maybe a bad idea either. It's not online right now. It is online now, so they have double blue. They play their own Karn. They play their own Karn, but they don't use their own Karn. Let's play a Legion Warboss. We could take them off the other blue here. They're probably going to go get, like, say, an Ensnaring Bridge or something. I don't mind getting a presence on the board here. This is how we beat them. Bobble. Goes and gets something. And like I said, I have to imagine it is an Ensnaring Bridge. If they can empty their hand, they're good. If they can't, we're going to get around the bridge. Ooh, Spellskite. Bridge and Spellskite. All right. Fair enough. They have one card in hand, so I can kill this by playing another Rabblemaster. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So we get the Karn off here. I think the Chalice has to go on 0. Because I'm about to take them off of Mox Opal. So let's go ahead and do that. Obviously the bridge is a little bit harder to get rid of, but we'll get there. We'll get there. I feel like we're in a very good spot now against our Whir Prison player here. Obviously Krenko would be nice, but I don't think that's where we're at right now. Bottled Cloister here. All right. So they empty their hand every turn. 4. We're going to play Karn here. I'm going to get rid of their Mox Opal. Take them off a little more colors. Nothing to swing in here. We do have our Abrades, and then we have the way to avoid a Chalice. If we find a land here, we definitely get to Lattice. And then we just have to find what we need. All right, opponent. Did you find what you need? Ooh. They find their own Karn here. Get their land back. I think I just win if we just Lattice still. It kind of locks everybody out, but I have an army. And I think I just have to find an Abrade. And I haven't used Simian Spirit Guide yet. So yes, Lattice I think would be enough. They can't activate like all their artifacts. They wouldn't be playing a Possessed Portal. They're going to get something. They get a Sorcerer's Spyglass. That's pretty good. They're just gonna name Karn and lock us all out. All right, they named Karn. We're locked out. We have Chandra as a win condition. We have an Abrade at some point. I'm gonna go ahead and play this extra Blood Moon just to have it out there. I think I'm gonna jam the Krenko as well. They could anger us of some sort of wrath effect, but I think we're pretty safe here. Engineered explosives doesn't happen. Their Adventurer's Fair can't ever find anything because of Blood Moon. That doesn't get them any new mana because we have Karns. Ensnaring Bridge is a thing. That's good for them. I guess the question is, the general question would be, if we do find our Abrades, what am I firing them at? Because now they have 2 bridges here. We're not locked out of mana just yet. That's actually not going to happen. It depends what they brought in. If they brought in one of their stronger win conditions, maybe they have a shot here. I guess I go ahead and just kill the Bottled Cloister and hope that they can't cast everything. That gives us the best chance of swinging out at them. I could also just kill the Spyglass first, then Karn, and shut off all the lands and everything, and then we just have to find our Simian Spirit Guides and our other Abrades. Maybe that's the line. Kill Spyglass. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need one more land to do that. Kill Spyglass, use Karn, go get Lattice, and then just plan to win once I find the Abrade. I need another Abrade because there's a couple bridges here. So that would require all 3. Kind of wanting my Shattering Spree a little more. Alright, let's make some more goblins. If we ever do get to attack, we will have the Horde. We will have the Horde. All of them. The other thing that can happen here to get rid of some of these other bridges is we can tick up with Chandra and get there. Looks like my opponent concedes. Alright. That'll do it. We're going to ask our opponent really quick and see if we can get a response about the Possessed Portal, because I think that's their win condition. And I want to make sure they know that for other matches if they do. But we'll check in on that. Maybe have an update by the next match. They do say yes. Okay. It was a mistake. All right, so we got a little lucky game 1. Game 2 here, I have a feeling we're winning this one regardless. But that'll do it. We'll see you guys in the next match.